Hello everyone, this is Kevin Mange, and this is Kev's Productions. And in today's topic, I'm going to discuss what if. Yes, you heard me correctly. Back there, another what if in the world of Harry Potter. But this what if is what if Harry Potter was raised by the Dursleys. So, what if he was raised by the Dursleys? And understanding what the Dursleys have done to him, he was under abusement. And we know a magical substance that would happen to a abused witch or wizard that happened with Credence and what Newt captured in his suitcase from the Fantastic Beasts films in Obscurus. And in Obscurus is a magical being abused and then transforms into a parasitic form because of their magical abilities. It was speculated to have been on Ariana Dumbledore, but didn't happen. But what if Harry Potter was an Obscurus? That's what I'm going to talk in today. What if Harry Potter, what is to be if he was an Obscurus? We may see a change in this whole scenario if Harry Potter ended up being an Obscurus in the end. Well, would you have imagined he would be an Obscurus? Well, a lot of you may think no. But if in this what if scenario, if he was raised by the Dursleys, he might have been. So let's get into it. So, kicking this off in the first film, so this will take in the first film and the later films of if Harry Potter could have been an Obscurus, Voldemort would have underestimated the boy who lived, who would have a powerful, parasitic force within him. Harry Potter would use his obscurial powers to defeat him, and Harry Potter would have been the next Dark Wizard. Everybody would have been happy to see Voldemort being actually defeated, but what if Harry Potter ended up being a Dark Wizard because of being an Obscurus? Something to think about, right? Harry Potter actually being a Dark Wizard? What would the Death Eaters think? Well, if we get into it, then you might find out what would be friend or foe to Harry Potter himself. So, kicking off in the first film, we understand how it first goes. Harry wakes up, and Petunia was like, get up, knocking on the door for him to wake up. Now! Harry Potter wakes up, and Dudley Dursley was like, wake up, cousin, we'll go to the zoo. Kind of makes me think that he could be a monkey. But is that his Patronus? Well, That'd be lifted in the air of what is his Patronus. But back to what I'm talking about. Dudley Dursley was having fun torturing him the way he did like that and was laughing. He shoved Harry Potter into his cupboard room. And Petunia is like, there he is, the birthday boy. Happy birthday, son, says Vernon. And Harry Potter shows up like he does. And Petunia is covering Dudley Dursley's eyes. He opens them, and Dudley Dursley asks, how many are there? Vernon is like, 36. Counted them myself. 36, but last year, I had 37. And then Petunia tells Dudley Dursley that he's going to get 2 other presents, and then we go to the zoo. Everything happened as it happened at the zoo part. And then Harry Potter talks to the snake and discovered that he can talk to snakes. And he's like, can you hear me? Of course, I never talked to a snake before. Have you talked to people often? And then the snake would show where he's from, and Harry Potter is like, you're from Burma, aren't you? And then had his moment of same thing like him. He never knew his parents either. So both the snake and Harry Potter have something in common. They both never knew their parents. So Harry still believes Lily and James died in a car crash. And then Dudley Dursley did the same thing like he did before, shoving Harry Potter to the floor. And Dudley Dursley is like, Mom, Dad, you never believe what the snake is doing? He goes on top of the rafters, had his hands on the glass disappeared, and fell in like normally. And the snake got out, and the snake said, thanks. Harry's like, anytime. And everybody's like, snake! Everybody screams, and the snake goes away. Out of the scene. And Petunia was freaking out. Ah! Of what happened to Dudley Dursley. Harry Potter laughed, but his laughter came to an end when Vernon looked at Harry Potter. His laughter faded away because he knew what would have happened if Harry Potter had any funny business. He wouldn't have a meal for a week. And he understood the problem. He wouldn't have a meal for a week because of him laughing. So then Dudley Dursley didn't have what Petunia thought Dudley Dursley would have had 2 more presents. They came home, and Vernon asks, "What happened?" Harry Potter was like, "I swear I don't know." Vernon was like, "Ah." Harry responded, "One moment the glass was there and then it was gone. It was like magic." Vernon shoved Harry Potter back into his cupboard room, and he said, "There's no such thing as magic." After that day, Harry Potter didn't get his meal for the week, or any other day on that matter. And then there were letters that have been showing up like they normally do. That still happens, trying to make sure Harry Potter does go to Hogwarts. And then this continued throughout the week until it was Sunday. And Vernon asked Harry if there was any mails on Sunday. Harry responded, there were never mails on Sunday. Vernon said in his moment that there's no bloody letter, not one. No, sir, not a stupid, miserable. A letter showed up, and the letter fiasco happens as usual. Harry Potter was delighted. There were many letters coming out. He was hoping to get his chance to open a letter and went to his room with his letter and the whole house was flooded with letters. Imagine if you lived like that, letters coming out every inch of your house, through your chimney, through your mailbox, flooding where your mailbox is, getting into your house, every which way you can find a letter. I suspect you wouldn't like that, but it would drive people insane, but you would be excited to receive your letter. But would you want that to happen? You'd also get annoyed. I believe it's the same feeling Vernon had. Letters every which way, like you're a witch, you're a wizard. You can argue if you are to get your letter from Hogwarts, get it in a way that wouldn't flood your house. But to Harry, that happened to him. So knowing what these letters were about, Vernon would be like, "That's it, we're going far away, where they can't find us." So they did that. So instead of going to the head of the rock, in the same scenario, they wouldn't, knowing that this would happen anywhere. Basically, in the first scenario, you can't hide from the wizarding world. And Harry would make sure that he would get to Hogwarts on the day he is supposed to be. But in this scenario, this doesn't happen. They don't go to the head of the rock. They continue to go on the road, and Vernon would tell the scenario what just happened to his work, and that he would be gone for who knows how long. So this means they go far, far, far away as possible so that this fiasco would not continue. And Harry Potter would never know the real truth. They kept the truth so that Harry would not be disappointed over what did really happen, in the meaning of why Harry wouldn't know the truth. Would stay intact, and they kept on moving and moving, going to every gas station there is. This would cost a whole lot of money for the Dursleys, and that'll make them very poor. But it's the only way for the Dursleys to keep Harry Potter with them, and not head to Hogwarts like they want. Because of that, and when it's September 1st, Harry doesn't end up going to Hogwarts. This made the people at Hogwarts very mad. Because of that, well, I want you to know that even though Harry missed his opportunity then, what about the next year? Would he head to Hogwarts then? Well, I suspect no. So that means the Chamber of Secrets, Harry doesn't head to Hogwarts. The Prison of Azkaban doesn't head to Hogwarts. Goblet of Fire doesn't head to Hogwarts. Order of the Phoenix doesn't head to Hogwarts. The Half-Blood Prince doesn't head to Hogwarts. So that takes care of all those films out. But that wouldn't excuse of what would happen in that scenario. Ron and Hermione would be sorted as they would be sorted normally. Ron in Gryffindor, Hermione in Gryffindor, and everyone else is the same. And Draco's like, "Where's Harry Potter? I want to get the chance to friend him. It's what my father would want me to do." My father will hear about this. So would Draco go looking for Harry wherever he is? Well, he will be breaking a rule. But he wanted to get his chance to offer his hand of friendship and to let him to understand how the Wizarding World works. But would he be able to? Well, he's still a student. But when he grows up, and when would he get the chance to be a prefect or head boy, that would be like on the 5th year. Because of Umbridge. To rat out Dumbledore's army because of Marietta Edgecombe. And with Draco finally being head boy and prefect, Draco asks if he could go looking for Harry Potter. So Draco would do that and would miss any other classes he would have attended. So Draco Malfoy goes and looks for Harry Potter, and he knows he wouldn't come back until he would. So he may have broken that rule, but in order to actually look for him, he had his opportunity to get it when he became prefect and head boy. So since he did, he would look all over the wizarding world for the boy who lived because of his fame. So with Draco Malfoy doing that, and the Dursleys would keep Draco away, Harry Potter would be like, "What's happening?" They would be in an RV. Draco's like, "Give Harry Potter up. He needs to know the real truth of what did happen to his parents." Ron is like, "No!" He used the RV and hit Draco Malfoy. So not only they were abusing Harry, they would abuse another wizard that is like him. So with Harry discovering his own magic, has he become an obscurus yet? Not yet. Because even though he was raised by them, would they have the audacity to turn him into an obscurus? Think about it. All the abusement, all the torture he would have throughout years 2 through 6. The ministry would be notified on what Draco did to Lucius Malfoy. And Lucius would go and look for him with his dark arts powers. Lucius found him, and Draco said to his father, "Forgive me, Father. I just wanted to find Harry Potter, make sure he understood the truth of what he needed to know the truth of. His parents, what the wizarding world is like. He should know." I did want to give him a chance to friend him like you wanted. But with those who are with him, that would keep him, he shouldn't be with them. His father understood the truth. I understand, Draco, but what you did would have risked Muggles knowing the truth about us. We can't risk it. I understand you're trying to look for Harry Potter, but I'm glad you were head boy and prefect. It's time for you to head back to Hogwarts. I'm sorry. Harry Potter wouldn't be able to get to Hogwarts. It's time you returned. Yes, Father. So Draco Malfoy, and his search for Harry was in vain. So much for finding him in his 5th year to get to him and bringing him to Hogwarts failed. But also to note that in the 5th film, Dudley Dursley was fed to a Dementor. But in this scenario, this doesn't happen, so Dudley Dursley wouldn't get the chance to see what he truly is. A spoiled little brat. But should Harry come of age, Petunia would allow Harry, at the age of 17, to finally be himself. So that means the Dursleys finally go back to where they were living, to their home. And Harry Potter was by himself. Because of what happened from the first film, would make sense to leave him where he is. But of what's going on in his connection with Voldemort, this would still happen on the 5th year of Harry Potter being restless in his sleep. That would be the last thing Petunia, Vernon, and Dudley have witnessed. They would be like, "What's going on with my cousin?" to Dudley. Vernon and Petunia would be like, "Yeah, what is wrong with our nephew?" Dudley's like, "Are you okay, Harry?" Harry's like, "I don't know. I would be lying to say this isn't magic, but apparently, I guess magic doesn't exist after all. But because of believing that, what just happened to him doesn't occur again." But would still have visions of what he would have visions for, but he wouldn't understand what is going on. What is this person being attacked? What is this person doing there? Is he related to me or somehow? Well, yes, he is, but would he have known him? No. And because of the Dursleys going far away, Sirius would also get the same thing Draco felt. And would be a sad dog. And the dog went away very sad, never getting to see Harry Potter. He wanted his chance to see Harry Potter. to show that he was the other connection to his parents. He would have told them the truth about what happened to Lily and James Potter. But because of a sad dog, ended up just like Draco Malfoy. Although he wouldn't get hit, he would still be a sad dog, a sad doggy, sad doggy do. And now I feel bad for the dog. But going into the 7th film, Harry is alone. And would use his magic to his heart's content, learning it, and after all the abusement he received throughout years 2 through 6, he ended up being an Obscurus after all. Would you think he would actually become an Obscurus? Well, you would imagine no, but all the abusement would get into his scar. And his scar is suppressing his own magic. His own magic has suppressed Harry a lot in all the abusement he received and became an Obscurus because of that. And since Harry became of age, this Obscurus gone to the Battle of Hogwarts and taken down every single Death Eater. But not only every single Death Eater, because of being abused, he would have also attacked any other witch or wizard by his abusement magic. Abused magic. Harry Potter has become dangerous even to the wizarding world. So that means, because of him being an Obscurus, he would end up being locked up in Azkaban for being an Obscurus after all. And after Sirius Black taking note on what just happened, Sirius Black gone to Azkaban with his wand to make sure Harry does escape Azkaban. Since he did, Sirius Black would have helped him to calm down within his magic and not attack any other witch or wizard and finally tell him the real truth about Lily and James Potter. So now you understand. Harry Potter will be an Obscurus after all. And Sirius Black would have calmed him down. It would teach him the magic that would be safe magic to learn, and Harry wouldn't suppress it. He would just let it go, let it go, let it go. Can't hold it back anymore. Let it go, let it go. Turn away and slam the door. I don't care what they're going to say. Let the storm rage on. Or what about let the Obscurus rage on? but Harry Potter would be like, magic never bothered me anyway. I just like that song. So if you want me to sing that, I will. When this becomes a true video, then I'll let you hear me singing Let It Go. I know there's a male version to it, so I'll show you how the male version would go into Let It Go. So with Harry Potter finally calming down, Sirius Black would teach Harry Potter the ways of magic to quiet the obscurus within him. So now you understand of how Harry Potter was raised by the Dursleys. So with that done, I can end this and I can move on to what would be next. What would be next in my head would be another Pokemon video, and then I'll do a video on what matters most